morning. Welcome to the Howdy Boomy Show. Today is Thursday. It is the 21st of March. Used to be officially the first day of spring, but this is leap year, so I hope you're enjoying it. Here in Buffalo, New York, the high today is going to be 30 with 3 to 6 inches of snow expected this weekend. Being a baby boomer and wondering what kids watch on TV now, I go back to my youth, and you had the Howdy Boomy Show, you had Kukla, Fran, and Ollie, Bozo Circus. You had shows where there were interaction between adults and kids. You threw in cartoons, but it wasn't what it is now. I never could think that someone would become a millionaire coming up with an idea that dressing up a sponge in square pants would make you a fortune, but it did. Most of it's cartoonish. You take a look at what's going on now with our phones. The kids are constantly glued to that. What they watch, I have no idea. Grand Theft Auto was a great invention, wasn't it? And now we have violence, gun games, everything, and you wonder what would happen if good old-fashioned entertainment the way it was in our generation came to the forefront. Watching the Ed Sullivan Show the other day, just remix of it, you always had a juggler. You had seals balancing dishes on the end of sticks. You had 5 guys in tuxedos jumping around. One guy had a harness on with a seat 20 feet above him that the guy would jump into. It was entertainment that you never thought would work, but it did. It kept you glued to the television set looking at what was going to happen next. Ventriloquists, puppets, Topo Gigio, could never figure that one out. But you're singing a different type, and you wonder how the government figures they're a better parent than you are now, how your school system figures they're a better parent than you are now. Everybody figures they're a better parent than you are now. It would be nice to have a show that showed, a live show, that showed adult interaction with kids. How parents act, how adults act with kids. Think about that. Maybe write a letter. Maybe contact your local TV or radio station. Just think about what they've taken away from kids as far as growing up and interaction with adults and replaced with cartoons, violence, insanity. I see where Hunter Biden again refused to go into the public hearing, which I could fully understand, and Bobulinski, his business partner, skewered him, made the Democrats look like idiots, and there's no doubt in my mind that this is one of the most corrupt families in the history of the country. Joe Biden, every time you see him, just think of him wearing a sign that says for sale, because that's what he is. He is for sale. He's been that way all of his life, which ties in with his recent edict that all cars, 60% of automobile sales by 2030 have to be electric vehicles. There's no way I'm buying an electric vehicle, especially in a northern climate where it's freezing outside. But think about that. Think about where the Biden is getting their money. China, they got millions and millions from China. Who's making batteries? China. Everything he does. I would like to take a look at the Biden stock portfolio and see what money they have coming in from industries that benefit from the rulings he's doing in the White House. Now, as I've said before, and to this day, he's not running what's going on. There's some radical people in there. That's why you have to vote. Chuck Schumer is getting a blowback. Sorry to see that. Here you have a Jewish congressman, a Jewish senator, from a state that has probably the largest Jewish population in the country, telling Israel to stop going after its enemy, ceasefire, and get a new leader. Think about that. A Jewish senator that hates Israel. Hamas are murderers. They have to be eliminated, period. As I said, Chuck, as I said, Democrats, let Israel go after Hamas the way the Democrats and the Department of Justice are going after Donald Trump. See what happens then. Democrats, WASP Democrats, weaken America, steal power. That's what they are. Watch the Howdy Boomy podcast, Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, Twitter, Spotify. It's brief, it's topical. It'll give you something to talk about around the water cooler if you have a water cooler, a beer cooler if you have a beer cooler, or just a cooler. God bless you. Go to howdyboomy.com for great gifts for the baby boomer generation. I'll see you tomorrow with our shift head of the week. It's a beauty. God bless you. God bless the United States of America.